Hi, I'm Jess. I'm really excited to be a part of the school games This Girl Can Week. I'm going to guide you through a super simple yoga practice where we will have a nice stretch, we'll connect with our breaths and hopefully have a little bit of fun. So you don't need any equipment, just a mat or a towel on the ground, and I really hope that you enjoy it.
And then we'll all start to bend our knees, bringing the soles of our feet to the ground. And press into your head and draw your shoulder blades down the back body underneath you. And then press into the soles of the feet and see if you can kind of roll and draw your tailbone underneath you, like rounding the back into the ground. And then just let your body come to a natural, relaxed state. And we're going to move with the breath, feeling some movement through the pelvis. So you might be familiar with like this rounding of the tailbone, drawing the lower back into the ground, and then sending the hip points forward where we're increasing that space underneath our backs. So we're going to inhale as we do that, as we increase that space under the back, sending the hip points forward, and then exhaling, rounding the lower back down into the ground, belly is engaged, kind of scooping out, inhaling, reaching the hips forward, exhaling, rounding, really seeing if you can feel the spine hugging into the mat on that rounding, and then you can feel that space being created as we reach the hips forward. And just do that a couple more times with your own breath. Feeling that movement through the pelvis, becoming aware of how it affects all the spine, all the way up to the head, up to the shoulders. And then I want you to find somewhere between the two extremes, so we're not overly exaggerating that space under the back, but we're also not really rounding and crushing the back into the ground. Find somewhere between the two. And then we're going to inhale, press down into the soles of the feet, and try and maintain that pelvis as we press the hips up to the ceiling. And then lower the hips back down. Inhale, press the hips up to the ceiling. Exhale, lower the hips down. So this only needs to be a small movement at first, just feeling that weight coming into the legs, a bit of movement through the hips. And then when you've done a couple like that, inhaling as you lift, exhaling as you lower at your own pace, we're then going to add on. So we'll all rest for a second after the last one. And on the next one, when we inhale and lift the hips, we're going to begin to lift and raise the hands up and overhead as we lift the hips. So go nice and slow, inhaling, pressing into the feet, lifting off the hands, sending the hands up over the chest, and then lastly, all the way, if they go, to the ground behind you. Press the hips up to the ceiling, press the thighs, the top of the thighs up to the ceiling, and then lower the back down to the ground. The hands float back over with the hips. Inhale, press into the feet, lift the hips up, lift the hands up, and just go like this for a few more breaths in your own time. Linking the breath with the movement, flowing. When you've got the hips up in the air, press into the feet a little bit more and see if you can reach the top of the thighs up to the ceiling. And then when you land, allow yourself to really land and relax before you go off again. So one more like that wherever you are. And we'll all meet with our hips on the ground, soles of the feet on the ground. Find that neutral pelvis again, so we're not rounding or putting that extreme space into the lower back. Find somewhere between the two, and then we're going to lift and extend that left leg up towards the ceiling, pointing and flexing through the toes. See if you can relax across the front of the chest and the shoulders. Let the face be soft and relaxed, just focusing on the sensations as you stretch through your feet. Go through some little circles with the foot now in each direction. And then we're going to point the toes and bend the knee, squeezing the heel into the bum. And then straighten the leg up and flex the toes towards the shin. Point the toes, pull the heel into the bum. And then point, reach up and flex the toes towards the shin. Really nice. And then place that leg back down. And then we'll take that right leg up, extend it all the way up to the ceiling. Pointing and flexing through the toes, feeling that stretch across the back of the leg, just breathing softly here, keeping heavy. And then on the next one, we'll do some circles in each direction. And then we point again, squeeze the heel, bend that right knee, squeezing the heel into the bum. And then extending, reaching out, pointing through the toes and pulling the toes towards the shin. And then pointing the toes, pulling the heel in towards the bum. And pointing those toes back up to the ceiling and pulling the toes, flexing them towards the shin. Really nice. Place that foot back down on the ground. Bring the feet a little bit wider. And we're going to let the knees sway side to side. So let this movement come all the way up into the upper body. See how it makes your shoulders move, your head move. And just let the knees sway side to side. Breathe into your belly. And then sigh it out. Breathe into your belly. And sigh it out. And then we'll all meet with the knees stacking and pulling the knees in towards the chest. Make a nice bowl. See how tightly you can hug your knees in and then breathe into your rib cage. And exhale, hug a little bit tighter. Again, breathing into the belly. If it's more comfortable, you can bring the hands to the backs of the thighs. And then we're going to bring the legs to near about straight and the hands to the back of the thighs if they're not already. And we're going to rock and roll on the spine. Now this might feel a bit disjointed. You might be rolling all over the place and just have a little bit of a giggle at yourself and see if you can rock and roll a few more times. Massaging your spine to the ground, and then we'll all meet on the next rock up into a seated position. And we'll all come over onto our hands and knees. So bringing your wrists underneath your shoulders, about shoulder distance apart, and your knees underneath your hips, we'll move through some cat-cows. But first I just want you to have a bit of a wriggle. So connecting with your body, breathing in, breathing out. Just feel if there's any sticky spots, any areas that need some love. Breathe into them. And exhale. Breathe in, wriggling around, sending the bum back and forth, side to side. Close your eyes, and I urge everyone to close their eyes and not worry about what they look like, but instead how it feels to be in your body in this moment. Because it's really about how it feels. And then we'll all find some stillness, shoulders over the wrists and hips over the knees. And we'll move through some cat-cows. So we're going to let the bum go up towards the ceiling, belly relaxes down towards the ground, reach the chest through the arms. And then exhale, round through tailbone, draw the bum underneath like you're drawing the tailbone to the back of the knees, round the lower back up to the ceiling, press into your hand, round through upper back, bring chin towards the chest. And then now as we move back through with the bum going high, I want you to imagine that you've got like a slinky a spring that travels all the way up through your spine, and you're trying to get length through that slinky. You're trying to get length through the spine, so the spine is not compressing in the lower back. You're lengthening out through your tailbone, sending the bum up high and reaching the chest forward. And then rounding, evenly sending that rounding, lengthening through the spine, rounding the spine up to the ceiling, and then a couple more in each direction. Inhaling, sending the sit bones up and back, reaching the gaze and the chest and the head up and forward. And then rounding, chest up and in, belly up and in, rounding up to the ceiling. And then find neutral spine. Okay, we're going to lengthen that right foot back behind us, coming up onto the tippy toes of that right foot. And then we're going to kind of swing this left foot out to the side a little bit. So we're still on the knee and we're on the top of the left foot, but we're kind of bringing it out off the mat. And then we're going to come to the inside arch of that right foot, begin to stack the right hip up over the left hip, up onto the left hand, and then inhale, reach up, reach open, shine your heart up to the sky. And then we're going to scoop underneath, so reach underneath your armpit with your right hand, reaching, carving through. Inhale, press into your 3 points of foundation, your left leg, your right foot, and your left hand as you reach up with your right hand. Get length, reach and open your heart. And then carve underneath, reach underneath as much as you can. Engage through the core as you reach the right hand underneath. Get length across the back of the shoulder blades. And then inhale, press into your foundation. Reach up high. One last time, really make it count. Inhale. And exhale, bring your right hand back down. Come back onto both knees, stacking. Give it another wriggle. Sigh it out, making sounds. If you're at home, there's no one around, just make little hums and sounds whenever you like, whenever it feels good, because sounds are so soothing and so good for the body. Okay, and I'm going to straighten and extend that left leg back behind us. And I'm going to spiral that right foot out off the mat again. And like we did on the other side, come to the inside edge of that left foot, press into that right hand and stack the left hip over the right hip. Shine and open your heart up, reach with that left hand. Inhale and then exhale, we're going to scoop underneath with that left hand. Keep pressing into your foundation as you reach underneath. Inhale, open up to the sky. Open through the chest, reach the hands in opposite directions, and then exhale, scoop underneath, reach underneath the arm. One more like that, press into your foundation, really engage through the right leg to support you as you reach up, open the chest. Inhale and come back down, bringing that left hand to shoulder distance at the front of the mat. Okay, tuck the toes. We're going to inhale into the ribcage. Exhale, we're going to press into the toes, press into the hands and bring the knees just to hover. Breathe into your belly, breathe into your ribs, see if you can relax your face. And then lower the knees back down to the ground. Send the hips back towards the heels with the toes still tucked. And then send the hips forward again. Inhale into the ribcage. Exhale, press into your toes, press into your hands, bring the knees to hover again. Now press down through your foundation. Really press down through your hands, press down through your feet. Engage through the core. So you're not dumping the lower back to the ground. Really try and draw the front body to the back body. And then lower back down. Really nice, guys. Let the bum come back to the heels. And then come back forward, bring hips over knees. Untuck the toes. Walk the hands back towards the knees. And then bring your chest to stack over your hips. Find a nice tall spine, so bringing the heart over the hips and the head over the heart. And we're going to reach up, reaching the hands overhead. Exhale, bring the right fingertips down towards your side. They don't need to touch the ground, just bringing the arm down by your side. We're going to reach over to the right with the left hand. So we're opening through this left side body. And we're kind of contracting and squeezing through the right side body. Now you might find that your hand's coming closer to the ground. You might be able to bring the palm down. And then we're going to bend through that right elbow to get lots of space so we can open up and reach through this left side body. See if you can do a breath cycle here. Breathing into the rib cage, reaching up through the crown. Exhale, squeeze into this right side body to lift yourself back up. And we'll do the same on the other side. Bring the left fingertips down, reach up through the right hand. And then exhale, come over, reaching overhead with that right hand. Maybe you come down onto your hand, bend through that left elbow. And we're lifting up through the crown, so we're sending the sit bones down, reaching up, getting length, opening through this right side body, and then squeezing through the left side body to give you more length. Take a breath cycle here into the rib cage. And exhale and squeeze that left side body, bring your shoulders back up over the hips. Really nice. Now bring the hands out ahead, like you're reaching with a beach ball. We're going to round through tailbone, so we're going to draw the lower back round towards the back of the room, scoop the belly in towards the spine, reach through the fingertips, bring the chin in towards the chest. So it's kind of like a sitting cow kind of variation. And then we're going to expand, inhale, send the sit bones down, reach up through the crown, open the chest. Exhale, send the hands forward, reach towards me with your fingertips, round through the belly. And then inhale, send the chest open, reach through the fingers. Keep drawing the tailbone just underneath you, kind of slightly rounding through the lower back so we're not arching there too much. And then reach forward, round really, really strongly through the lower back, through the belly, through the chest. Reach through the fingertips, chin in towards the chest. Inhale, expand, reach, open. Really nice. Okay, and then walk your hands back out in front of you into hands and knees position. Tuck the toes again. Inhale into the belly, into the ribcage. Exhale, press into the toes, press into the hands as we lift the knees, send the bum back to a downward facing dog. Pedal it out here, feeling the stretch through the back of both legs, bending and straightening. Press the ground away from you, lift the bum and sit bones up to the back corner of the room. And keep pedaling it out, breathing in, breathing out, finding that breath. And then we'll just find some stillness, so it doesn't matter if your heels touch the ground, that's not the goal. You just bend your knees if you need to get lots of length through the spine. That's what I want, is you to feel length. Press into the hands. Let the tips of the ears guide towards the thumbs, so you've got lots of space in the head. You're not like crunching through the neck. And then we're going to walk, tiptoe the feet up the mat, all the way to the hands at the top of the mat. Shoulder and hips distance apart with the feet. Spread the toes really wide and see if you can lift all 10 toes up away from the mat. And then lower them back down. Bend through the knees. Reach the heart and the chest down towards the ground. Let the head be heavy. Come onto the back of the hands. Let the arms and the elbows be relaxed. Inhale here. Exhale. Let the contents of your brain just fall out into the ground, just like blah. Just even give it a bit of a shake to encourage it out. Any little last bits that you need to get out, like a cereal box. Inhale into your belly. Exhale, lengthening through the spine, letting the head be really heavy towards the ground. and then bend through the knees. Start to round through the lower back. We're going to roll up through the spine, stacking each vertebra, allowing the shoulders and the head to come last. And then flick your hair, sort out your clothes if you need to. And then reach up through the crown, get a gentle bend through the knees, see if you can kind of allow that pelvis to come underneath you a little bit. Like we did at the beginning of the class, we're not extending, we're not overly rounding, but we're just finding some kind of sweet drawing underneath of the pelvis. Inhale, reach the palms up to the ceiling. Exhale, press the palms down towards the ground. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, flip the palms, press down with the hands and press down through the feet and see if you can get really, really tall by reaching the tops of your ears up to the ceiling. One more breath like that with that length, maintaining the length. Inhale. Exhale, press the hands down to the ground. Really nice. Okay, we're going to bring the weight just slightly over the right foot. So shifting the weight over the right foot, and bend through that right knee and lift the left foot just to hover. And then we're going to reach the chest forward, so we're kind of facing down towards the ground as we send the bum back. And we're going to try and reach back with the left foot and bend down through the front leg. So we might get a little bit of a shake, a bit of a wiggle, see if you can find your balance. Go really slowly as you reach your left tippy toes down to the mat, the back of the mat. Brilliant. And then stack your shoulders up over the hips. Again, you can bend through both knees to see if you can lower that pelvis underneath you a little bit so that you're not like sending the bum back and you're not stuffing and really lowering, but just find that nice neutral pelvis and lift the heart over the hips and the head is just resting sweetly on top. And then press that back leg to straighten. Inhale, reach the hands up high. Exhale, you can start to pivot on that back leg, bringing the inner arch of the left foot down to the ground, parallel with the mat. So your hips will start to open out to the left side of the room, and you're going to spread the left toes and really strongly feel that foundation coming all the way up, and you're still bending through that front knee. Make sure that front knee hasn't come in. Pull it out towards the side and guide it out towards your toes. Inhale, reach your hands up. Exhale, float the left hand down to the outside of the left thigh and then reach up with the right hand, reach overhead. Find your foundation, press down through your legs, inhale. Exhale, reach a little bit more up, get length through the crown. And then we'll bring ourselves back, bringing them hands to a T-shaped position. Bring the outside of the right hand to the inside of the right thigh. And then we're going to allow that right shoulder to reach down towards the ground and reach up with that left hand. Press the outside of the right arm into the inside of the right thigh and really find that foundation. Inhale here. Exhale. Press yourself back up to standing and then pivot on that back foot, coming back onto your tippy toes. Open the hips towards the front of the room. Relax the hands down by your sides and then inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, start to hinge at the hips, reaching the chest forward, bring the fingertips to the ground. And then bend that front knee, bring all your weight into that front leg and lift off with that back leg. See if you can start to bring that right leg towards straight, but keep a slight micro bend. Reach up through the left foot, get a nice stretch here. Like it's scissors, you're trying to open the scissors nice and wide, but keep that gentle bend through your right leg so you're nice and strong. And then we're going to place that left foot back underneath as hip distance apart, forward fold. Really nice, guys. Sway side to side, hold each elbow. Breathing in and breathing out. Again, just allowing the contents of your brain to become heavy and come out of your brain. And then bring the fingertips back down to the ground. Inhale, open the chest out to the front of the room. Reach and shine your heart. Exhale, allow the head to relax back down towards the ground. And then we're going to roll up, bend through the knees, roll up vertebra by vertebra, stacking lastly the head and the shoulders. Find yourself here in that standing Tadasana position, hands down by your sides, reaching up through the crown. See if you can close your eyes and just drop into your body. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel your breath coming and going. Find some stillness. And try and be okay with this stillness, this no needing to rush to the next pose. Just try and be here with your breath, with your body in this moment. And one last breath here. And we'll open our eyes and bend slightly into that left leg. We're going to lift the right toes up away from the ground, begin to reach the chest parallel with the ground in front of us as we reach back through the right foot. See if you can go super slow, bend generously through that front leg to find the ground with your right tippy toes. Really nice, and then come back up. Feel your strong legs holding you here. Bend the knees, draw that tailbone just underneath you a little bit, reach up tall. Inhale. Exhale, press the ground down towards the hands down towards the ground. And then inhale again, lift up. And then begin to pivot that right heel down to the ground, coming onto the outside edge of that right foot. Spread the toes and get a nice foundation through that back leg. Make sure that right knee is still stacking the front ankle and also in line with your second toe. Inhale, reach up high. Ground down through your foundation as you bring that right hand to the outside of the right thigh and reach up through the left hand. So we're coming over, reaching over to the back of the room with this left hand. Tall through the spine, lifting. Inhale, come back to that T-shaped position. Exhale, then we're going to reach down forward, bring the outside of the left arm to the inside of the left leg. And then reach up with that T-shaped position towards the ceiling. Inhale here, get strong through your legs. Inhale. Exhale, spiral back up to that T-shaped position. Inhale, reach your hands up high. Pivot on that back foot, coming forward into that lunge again. And then we're going to sprinkle the fingertips down in front of us onto the ground. Really nice, guys. And then start to weight that front leg really generously. So bend through that left leg, lift off with that right foot, and gently start to press down through your left foot, bringing it slightly to straight. So we're not going fully straight and extending through the knee. Keep a gentle bend through that left knee, and then reach up through that right foot. Squeeze that right bum, that right bum glute. And then lower that right foot underneath the right hip into that forward fold position. Let the head be heavy and relaxed. And then we'll move through heels. So lift the left heel up, reach the chest towards the ground. And then lower that left heel, lift the right heel. And then lower it back down to the ground. Again, lift that left heel away from the ground. Inhale, reach the heart and the chest forward. Exhale, lower that heel down. Lift the right heel, reach the chest forward. Exhale, lower down, forward fold. Really nice. Place both palms down on the ground. Spread the fingers really wide. and then step back with the right foot, followed by the left into a plank position. Press down into your hands, draw the belly button, the front of the body up towards the back body, engage through the glutes, squeeze that bum, press the heels away from you, press into the hands, and really feel your strength here. So draw the chin towards the chest. If you need to, you can come down to the knees, no problem. Inhale into the lower ribs. Exhale, lower the knees down to the ground. Untuck the toes, and then bring the knees out a little bit wider to max distance apart, and then lower your hips towards your heels, your bum towards your heels into a child's pose position. You can rock side to side, massaging your forehead on the ground, and feel that breath come and soften to receive it. And as you exhale, you just feel yourself get heavier and more soft and relaxed into the ground beneath you. And then on your next breath, press into your hands, press into your knees, bring yourself into hands and knees, and then we'll roll over onto one hip. Bring your legs nice and wide in front of you, so they don't need to be super wide. Just anything that you can keep a nice tall spine is good. So it's not about who can get the legs the widest, it's just about meeting your body exactly where it is today and feeling good. So meet yourself where you are, so just be nice and honest with your body, where feels good for your legs to be. Find a nice tall spine. Inhale into your belly, into your heart. And then exhale. I want you to find a gentle bend through your knees. We're just going to walk the fingertips forward in front of us, like a mini forward fold with the legs wide, with the legs wide. And then just relax wherever you are. So maybe you come down to your forearms. Maybe you can lay all the way down in front. Maybe you just up here on your fingertips. It's absolutely fine. So just close your eyes and feel the stretch wherever you are. Feel the love that you can send to that stretch with your breath. And say, I love you, body. I'm so thankful for you. And thank you for carrying me through this practice. Thank you for carrying me through every day. And just with every breath, allow yourself to get softer. And then start to slowly walk your hands back up. And now we're going to do something what I like to call stir the pot. So like a witch's cauldron that you've got here between your legs, we're going to bring the hands either to prayer or you can interlace the fingers. Close your eyes. I want you to really feel the sensations here as we move into nice big circles with the chest, with the shoulders. So you can open your eyes for now just to watch me one time. So we're going to open the chest out to the right foot. Reach forward towards the right foot. Stir all the way in front of us. Reach over to the left and then come back through center and start again. And then we're going to go in the opposite direction. So inhale, tall spine. Exhale, start to reach the chest forward towards the right foot. Big stirring motion in front of you. Over to the left foot, come back through center. Over to the right foot. Back. And then I want you to start making this circle a little bit smaller. So just whatever feels like to you, slightly smaller. With everyone getting a little bit smaller. So reaching with the heart. Until you almost come to just Spine stacking, making little circles with your hips. And then we're going to go in the opposite direction, so opening the chest out to the left foot, reaching forward, reaching over in front of us, big stirring motion, back. Keep going like this, breathing, feeling the stretch, feeling that soft stirring motion of the arms. And then see if you can start to make that circle just a little bit smaller with each go. Until that circle becomes just over the top of the sit bones, kind of rolling around in a little mini circle. Really nice, okay. Bring the soles of the feet together, so then your legs are in a bit of a diamond shaped position. Bring your hands to your feet and then just kind of peel the feet open. Like you're reading a book and you're opening this book out, and just give yourself a little bit of a massage. Guiding the thumbs underneath the arches and peeling the thumbs out over the top, peeling the feet open towards the ceiling. And then move up to the ankles, so just give your ankles a bit of a squeeze, all the way up to the calves, give the calves a squeeze. And just feel your hands squeezing on any areas that might feel a bit tense, so you can squeeze with both hands on one leg, all the way up the thighs. And then bring the knees together and give yourself a little hug. Inhaling into the rib cage. Exhaling, allowing yourself to forward fold into that little bowl a little bit more. And then we'll bring ourselves to long ways on the mat. Feet are out in front of us, and we'll slowly start to roll down through the low back, rounding the low back down towards the ground. Go super slowly with me if you can. If you want to just get down to lay down and go, but try and go slow with me, rounding each vertebra slowly down towards the ground, engaging the core to support the spine. Come onto your backs and bring the knees up over the hips, and they're in like a 90-degree angle with the calves. And then we're going to let the outside edge of the left leg relax down towards the ground, so both knees are coming over to the ground on the left of you. Let that right knee relax over onto the left. If you need to, you can pad something underneath this left leg to bring the legs up a little bit away from the ground. And press into the head and see if you can kind of shuffle that left shoulder a little bit more out from underneath you. So then you can relax that right shoulder down and open the chest fully out to the ceiling. Inhaling and exhaling here, just allowing your body to fully soften into the ground. Taking any yawns or any sighs that you need to. We're going to take the right hand over the top of the right side of the pectoral, of the chest, the pectoral muscles. Reach over on the inside of the left arm and reach forward, across with that right hand. See if you can reach as far as possible and then melt back through, coming back onto your shoulders. Hand comes back out either side, so you've got like the arms at a T-shaped position. A couple more like that, so bending through the right elbow, bringing the fingertips onto the chest, and then tiptoeing the fingertips over along the inside of the left arm, reaching across, and then coming back through to that T-shaped position. One more like that. Inhaling, opening the chest, exhaling, walking across and reaching over with that right hand. Really nice. Okay, bring those knees back up over. Just allow yourself to settle here. And then we're going to take the shape over to the right side this time. So outside of the right leg comes down to the ground, followed by the left leg. And then press into the head, see if you can shuffle that right shoulder underneath to open the chest out nice and wide. Inhaling and exhaling here into the shape. Breathing in. Receiving that breath and exhaling, softening. And we're going to do the same on this side. So we get to bend the left elbow, trace the left fingertips over the chest, reaching over for that right hand, going as far as you can, reaching over, and then coming back, tracing your fingers back, opening back out. Inhale. Exhale, bend that left elbow, trace along. And then open your chest back out to the ceiling. One more like that. Really feel as you stretch across. And then open up. Really nice. Okay, bring the knees back up over your hips. And then what you can do is you can either grab the outsides of the calves or the ankles, or you can take your hands all the way up to the outside edges of the feet and pull the knees in towards your armpits. So this is what we call happy baby. So you can now rock around on your lower back. Yummy, yum, yum. Feeling that stretch through the hips. Feeling that massage on your lower back. Draw the chin in towards the chest a little bit so you're not jutting your neck up towards the ceiling. And then just find some stillness here in this stretch. Breathing into your belly. And my yoga teacher used to say to me is, when you're breathing in, imagine that all of your organs that are in your belly are like in a little wave pool. And when you breathe in, you're bringing that breath in and you're giving them a really good ride. And they're like, whee! So breathe in, give them a really good ride. And exhale, soften. Now press the feet up into the hands. But try and pull the knees back towards your armpits. So you're using your hands to pull your feet towards you, but you're using your feet to try and press up towards the ceiling. So like you're trying to press a really heavy weight, and you're using your hands to pull your back down. And relax. Okay, shake your legs out. And give them a really good shake over the top of your hips. And just let go, just go. See if you can get really fast to the point that if I could see you, your legs would just look like a big blur. Shake, 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 shake. Maybe you can take your arms overhead if you want to get wacky with it. Shake really fast. Release any tension. Breathe in. And lower the feet to the ground. Press out through both heels, nice and long on the mat. Press into the back of the head, draw the shoulder blades underneath you. Press into the heels, draw the tailbone underneath you. And let the hands be nice and wide away from your hips. And then notice that breath. Where is it in the body? How does it feel compared to when you started the class? There's no right or wrong, it's just about noticing. Soften across the face, make your face really wide like a baby's face, really soft and so trusting, so receptive to anything that comes its way. Just breathe in, soften the surface of your body. And what I want you to imagine is that your body is like a snow globe. And every time you breathe in, it's like you're shaking up that snow globe. And the breath comes in and twinkles around and it fills all of the little nooks and crannies down to your feet, into your hands, into your hips, into your brain. So take a deep, slow, gentle, nourishing breath in through the nose and feel it like you're shaking up that snow globe. And then as you exhale, what happens? The snow begins to settle, becomes still. There's a heaviness to the body. And then that breath comes again, inhaling, redisturbing all that snow inside, twinkling away. Find an expansion for that snow to make new ways into new parts of your body. Exhale, let the snow settle, the front body be relaxed and the back body. And then keeping that quiet and peacefulness, roll over onto your favourite side to a nice fetal position. And just find a bit of stillness there, just one breath. And you can keep your eyes closed if they are already, or you just have a gentle gaze as you press yourself up to a seat. So bring your spine nice and tall, stacking the heart over the hips and the head over the heart. See if you can reach that crown up, reach the tips of the ears up, get lots of length. And with every inhale, feel your body expanding out into the space around you. And with every exhale, you're deflating, you're getting heavier and stronger, connecting to your foundation and your sit bones. So breathe in. We're going to do 3 deep breaths together. So inhaling in through the nose. Exhaling out through the nose or out through the mouth, whatever feels good. Inhaling again. Exhaling. One last deep breath. Make it the deepest breath you've taken all week. And exhale, sigh out. You can bring your palms to meet at heart center, or you can just leave them resting wherever feels nice. And then I welcome you to bow your head to your hands, bowing the mind intelligence to the heart intelligence, and thanking your body for carrying you through this practice, and thanking your breath for nourishing you with energy and life. And I'd like to thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day or evening, whenever it is. And so I'm Jess, and I thank you so much for joining me. See ya.